You have an older apartment. Your apartment is not the greatest. What you're trying to do is create character within your apartment so that people aren't focused on the not so greats and they're more so focused on the design aspect. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Juju. Welcome back to Juju's Journey. I do not know why I'm always tempted to do that every time I press record on this camera. It's like something in me just cannot stop myself. Anyways, let's just get started. Today's video, guys, is a video that is going to cover things that you can do to improve your apartment if it is not that great. Now, if you are a subscriber of my channel and you didn't just happen on this video, you know I've been posting videos about all the little things that I do, all these little hacks that I found to improve my apartment. Why? Because my apartment, let's just be transparent and be honest, it was not the greatest looking when I first got it. It had potential and it wasn't like dusty, but it definitely wasn't the standard that I was used to. So I'm just bringing you guys this video with all the little tips and tricks that I did to improve my apartment. This is for those individuals that has an older apartment. It's not for a new, modernly built apartment. I believe my apartment complex was built in like 1800s, 18 something. I might be wrong about that, but I don't know. This was a very old apartment. I can tell they did an update here and there at some point. However, we had the linoleum floor. We had yellowish bathtub. The bathtub was not that crystal white that you get with the newer builds. My ceilings does not have light. Like I have to have like lamps. The only light fixtures that came with the apartment were in the bathroom and the kitchen, as well as the closets. Why it's more important to have I guess you do need light in the closet, but it really surprised me that they had lights in like the closet area and the pantry area, but didn't find it pertinent to have overhead lighting in the bedroom. Like, I'm blind. Like, I need to see. I need it to be lit up in here like daylight. And that right there is the perfect transition, because the very first thing I did to improve my apartment was change out all the light bulbs throughout this apartment. It's like it was I think it's the soft white light bulbs that produce this like yellowish hue. That look I associate it with an older space. It just makes the apartment look old, in my opinion. It just does not do anything to brighten up the space. I feel like it makes things look old that aren't old. A yellow light, oh my goodness, I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Maybe like 4 or 5 years ago, I discovered cool white and daylight light bulbs, and I've never looked back. I changed all the light bulbs in my apartment to either cool white or daylight. I prefer daylight because, you know, I do not need the picture that I took in my apartment that I'm ready to post on social media to be having like that oldish looking, and I don't want to have to only take pictures to post on social media when I'm outside my house. And it is a very cheap cost. Now, light bulbs, guys, are very inexpensive. Light bulbs, it can cost you anywhere from between like $2.96, thinking of like a Walmart brand, to $11 and change. Of course, there are light bulbs that are way more expensive than that, but just for like regular overhead fixtures, if you're not changing out your fixtures and stuff like that, that's a great cost. Like if you're on a budget and you don't have it to like spend so much money to make like expensive behind changes, just make that change. When I tell you it made a difference, I'm inserting clips right now that's going to show you the video that I took of my apartment the first day that I came to see it versus the video while I was making the changes, and you will see the difference in the lighting. I definitely think that's the first change that you need to make if you get an older apartment. If it has that yellowish hue for your lights, change that out and you will feel so much better. The next thing I would suggest is to add in some accent walls to liven up the space. I say accent walls because I definitely have accent walls throughout the 5 rooms that I have in this I literally have an accent wall in my bedroom, my kitchen, my bathroom, my laundry little hallway area, and in my living room. Now, all the accent walls are not the same. The first, as well as the cheapest accent wall that I have in my apartment, is my geometric wall thingy majigga that I have in my laundry area. I did that with washi tape, and the washi tape that I bought to do it was literally $3.99 at Staples. Now, I had originally bought the washi tape to play with a painting that I had to make adjustments on it, but then I ended up using some other tape on it, and I had the washi tape left over, and I was like, you know what? Why don't I just make a design on the wall? And because it was so cheap, I was just like, well, if it doesn't look right, it's $4. I could just take it off the wall and put it in the trash. However, that statement wall has made an impact because I see commentary commentary in my kitchen makeover video where people are asking me how I did the wall, what went into the wall, tell me about the wall back there that they're seeing, which I do not really highlight, it's just in the background, and people are asking about it. And I'm literally like, wow, I didn't even think to record myself doing that wall because it is such a simple change. However, it does have an impact. Also, when I first moved in and I had like family members and like friends coming over, they were very impressed with the wall, and I was literally like, that was the least work that I did. It took me like freaking 10 minutes, the most. And the most work that went into it was, which line do I want where? That was the most work that I had to put into creating this. There are individuals where you can go above and beyond, where you use the wood slats and everything to make that wall. However, I'm telling you how I made it in my apartment, and honestly, I give it credit. It looks like something. It looks like something that maybe a lot of effort went into, and in reality, there was no effort put into it, and it was $3.99. You can literally do that wall in your bedroom, behind your bed, to make an impact. You can even have it in your living room, by your entertainment area. It could actually make a difference over there. Not something I would put in the kitchen or the bathroom, to be very honest with you, but I definitely think it's the kind of wall that can either go into your bedroom or into your living room to make an impact. The next style of accent walls that I have in my apartment is the gallery wall style of a accent wall. I have a gallery wall in both my kitchen as well as in my living room. A gallery wall, honestly, it can consist of anything that you want to have. You can do a gallery wall of pictures of your family. You can do a gallery wall of pictures of just random things. A gallery wall of just like art pieces that you want to put on a wall and just make it into like something. A gallery wall, it can definitely put your personality into your apartment. Now, the gallery wall in my kitchen is simply a bunch of things, pictures, I think a random hand weave basket kind of thing. It has a shelf, and the shelf is for use because I do use it to like store all my coffee stuff. My gallery wall in my kitchen is in the area that I like to call my coffee area. It was the most inexpensive gallery wall because I think I found pieces at like Hobby Lobby, and we all know Hobby Lobby always got a sale. I found pieces in Burlington, Marshalls, as well as pieces that I had from my previous apartment. I just threw everything together on a wall, situated it the way that I thought it looked best, and bam, I had a gallery wall. That gallery wall, I love it to this day. There's sometimes that I just like, I'm walking in from coming into the home to go into my bedroom, and I'm just like, oh, so cute, so cute, so cute. The next gallery wall that I have is in my living room. That one is more so pictures and images. I just wanted something to make the space feel calm. I believe every picture in my gallery wall in my living room, they're all images that I found online, and I bought the frames separately at IKEA as well as Marshalls and Burlington. It took time for me to find pieces that I was just like, okay, that's the one that I want to use. It wasn't something that just came to me naturally, but it literally brings personality to your space. It livens up the space. How do I explain this? You have an older apartment. Your apartment is not the greatest. What you're trying to do is create character within your apartment so that people aren't focused on the not so greats, and they're more so focused on the design aspect. You do not know how many times I have people walk into my apartment that have not been here. They would, because I do hair on the side. So sometimes I have random individuals coming over that are not here on the regular basis, and they're just like, oh my God, it's so cute. And I know that they're focusing on the little designs around my apartment and the little character pieces that I have around my apartment, versus thinking, oh my God, it's so cute because you have some marble countertops, an island, a nice ass high ceiling with, you know, with pocket lights or pot lights, however you call those lights. They're more so focused on the character of my apartment and not so much the build of my apartment. And when you have an older apartment, that is what you want. You want to have pieces in your home or spaces in your home that draws people's attention and draws it and brings it away from the fact that your apartment is older. Having a brighter lighting, pictures for people to look at, things that people can focus in on and be like, oh, that's really cute. That's what's gonna make your apartment better than what it may have seemed like when you first got into it. Now, the cost of a gallery wall, it varies. It is not something that I can just say, oh, your gallery wall is gonna cost you $50 to make. Your gallery wall is gonna cost you $100 to make. It all depends on your style and what you want. For example, an individual that's creating a gallery wall with just images of their family, you can go print a whole bunch of pictures at CVS in different sizes and probably spend like 30 bucks and just use frames that you just bought. You could find frames for like $1.99, cheap frames at like Marshall's and like Burlington and other places, Ross. If you're not from the United States, in the New England area, Google the equivalent of a Burlington and the equivalent of a Marshall's and the equivalent of an IKEA. You go to these same stores, you find frames that are not so expensive. You put your pictures in your frame, you situate them on the wall the way you want to situate them on your wall, boom. You got a character space in your home. The next style of accent walls that I have in my apartment is the decorative wallpaper. I have wallpaper in my bedroom. The wallpaper that I have in my bedroom only cost me $15.99. I bought one roll of black wallpaper and I did measure out the size that I needed before I ordered. I bought two as a precaution just in case. However, one roll did the job. I even had some left over. I returned the second roll to Amazon. Right now, it's my least favorite accent wall in my home. So maybe I shouldn't be shoving it in your faces, but it's a work in progress. As we know, if you've been watching, I'm on number 2 of my, or 1.5 as I said last time, of my bedroom makeover videos. We're gonna see. Hopefully by the end of 2023, I will have made the wall better. For now, it's my least favorite, but overall, it's not the worst. The second decorative wallpaper accent wall is the one in the bathroom. Now, this one for me, it was free. However, the actual wallpaper was only $34.95. It was literally one roll of wallpaper from the Home Depot. It's such a cute look to me. Like, I love that wallpaper. It's such a statementy wallpaper. It makes my bathroom feel like, I don't know, like it gives it so much character in my opinion. The next wallpaper that I have is the wallpaper in my living room, which was the most expensive and the most work that I had to put in because I had to match up the lines like almost like perfectly. In the bathroom, I did have to match up the lines, but I felt like there was room for error because it was like little like curves and swirls. The one in my living room is a bunch of like, it's a floral wallpaper and you had to match up those flowers. So I literally had so much work to do. In total on the wallpaper in my living room, I did spend about $106 plus tax. And that's because I ended up using 5 rolls of the wallpaper that I selected and each roll was about $20.99. I also found this on Amazon. They're all linked below. Buy at your own discretion. But that one, it definitely makes the most impact because when you walk into my apartment, you walk into the living room. And since I put it up, which was about 6 months ago, everyone that's come over in that time, it's like they walk in and their eyes automatically go past me to the wall and they're like, oh my god, it looks so beautiful. Statement, character. It draws away from the fact that my apartment is old. It is not the greatest. There are no wood floors. It's carpet. It's the standard carpet that you find in those older apartment buildings. Like, it takes their eyes away from what is not great and puts it on something else, so you find beauty in the space versus nitpicking to say, that closet door is not perfectly aligned. So guys, we're halfway there with all the things that you can do to make your space and all the things that I did to make my space a little bit better and cost effective. I hope to you they're cost effective as well, because to me they're very inexpensive. The reason I say they're inexpensive is because let's think about it this way. You've created a gallery wall. Say at the most you spent $200, created a gallery wall space in your home. It's a statement wall and made an impact. What is $200 spent once compared to your apartment that is $200 per month more? That's the way I look at it. These changes that I'm making in my apartment, because I know there's probably someone out there thinking to themselves, oh, well, I can just spend a little bit more for my apartment and then I won't do all that. Number one, I like my extra money to be in my pockets because I want to spend it on food. I mean, you know, things. I want to spend it on things that I can enjoy. I don't want to be house rich and then in life poor. Does that make sense? I don't even know. I'm trying to think of the same, but I can't even think of it. Like, you don't want all your money to go into like your apartment and your car and then not really have money to enjoy life. I want to have funds that if someone says to me, Stray Kids is about to be in concert in New Jersey, like I can be like, I want to live that kind of a life. Like, I don't want the fact that I have to pay rent to have a gigantic impact on my life. Like, I don't. When my tax bracket increases, so will my home. However, I will never ever put myself in a position where I'm technically living outside my means. I don't got time for that. I do not need my apartment taking up half my income for the month. Like, that's a no-no to me. No, I'm too greedy. I can't live live that life. So that is the reason why I say, even if you have to get an apartment that is not to the best taste, you can do small things around that space one time to make it look better versus spending that money over and over each month on rent because you want to live in a space that look better right off the bat. If you can afford it, go ahead and do it. But if you cannot afford it, never put yourself in that position. I know right now, social media, let's be serious for a moment if I haven't been serious before. Social media can sometimes influence people to want to aspire to have things and look a certain way and live a certain way. But guys, please, let's all remember that these pictures posted are a snapshot in a person's life. These videos that you see are 2 minutes, 3 minutes. This video that you see is a moment in my life. It is not my life forever. The glitz and the glam that you may see posted is not their life on a 24/7 basis. You do not know what is going on behind the scenes. Never aspire to be like these people that you see on social media if you can't afford it. If you can afford to do so and you have the disposable income to do so, you're probably not watching this YouTube video. So I ain't even gotta worry about it. But the point is, never aspire to be like someone else so much that you've backed yourself into a corner. The next thing that I would suggest doing, if it's not already done for you, is utilizing paint. Now, I use paint in my apartment. However, I'm not worried about having to then paint it back when I leave. You can ask your landlord. I asked my landlord because I had plans to paint these rooms colors. However, my landlord informed me at the time she preferred that the apartment stays white. However, I still painted. I painted the apartment in a white color that I preferred and that I thought looked nicer. And she had told me that she paid someone to come paint the place, and I was literally looking at her like, ma'am, you got robbed? They did not paint. So what I did was, little by little, I painted every single room in my apartment. Now, you may find that to be too much. It was 2 cans of paint. That was $70. Paint can definitely change a space, make it livelier, look a lot better, cohesive colors. And if you're going to paint a color that is bright and maybe your landlord does not agree with it, when you're ready to leave and you want your income back, or what do you call that, security deposit back, all you have to do is just repaint it the color that it was originally. And if you don't care about your deposit, just leave it the color that it is. But paint does make a difference. And paint, honestly, it's inexpensive. Sometimes paint can even be cheaper than the decorative wallpaper. Come on now, the wallpaper in my living room was $105. That's more than it took to paint the entire apartment. So that is another way to upgrade your space, and it's very inexpensive. The last tip that I have is to utilize renter-friendly hacks that you see out there. You will sit there and watch these YouTube videos all day. Use them. They help. One of the tips that I saw was someone was doing their cabinets over, and I was literally like, oh my goodness, I could put contact paper on my cabinets because I hate the cabinet color. I also saw videos of people using peel and stick flooring. I utilized ideas that I saw, whether it was on Pinterest, Googling things of ways to update my apartment, and things that I found on YouTube. Anyways, guys, that is an abrupt finish, but that is where we're ending for today in today's video. Hopefully my little tips were helpful to you guys. And as you can see by all the prices that I've been posting on the screen, it is not that expensive. They were literally inexpensive changes. Do not add it all together. Mind your business. That I did over a period of about 2 years. Keep that in mind. I didn't do all of it at once because I needed time to think of how I wanted to craft the space. I needed time for my feelings to be like, okay, I think I want that wall to be like this. All you have to do is take it one room at a time, or take it one task at a time. Small changes can make your apartment look better. Never settle for what you have if you're not satisfied with it. Never. Do small things, improve yourself. Everyone can do better for themselves. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope I did not talk you to death, because I know there was a lot of talking in this one, but I couldn't help myself. Think of all the editing I have to do to edit it down to the timing that is probably edited down to. Think about the fact that whatever time is edited down to, there's probably 34 minutes of footage that you're not seeing. I don't even want to think about it right now. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said before, if you did, go ahead and click that thumbs up. If you have commentary below, if you've made changes and you saw improvement in your apartment, or if you do any of these things that I am suggesting, come back after you've done them and let me know how it went. I wish they had the ability to post pictures and comments, because sometimes I see people that's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna try it, and it's taken so much in me to not say, oh, let me see how it went, let me see. I can't do that because there's no way for them to send me pictures. But comment below, let me know. And of course, if this is your first time happening on my channel, check out the rest of my catalog, and if you like it, subscribe. Until next time, guys, bye.